Mike, did you feel like you deserved something more from that game?
I think on the result, it was a difficult one to reflect. I think we'll watch it back and make that judgment. I thought the contrast in halves, which was disappointing. I think it's been a bit of a theme in our starts to our second half. So it's something we need to address. But I think you can see the detail that we're putting in and what the boys are taking on is evident. But we've just got to find a way that wrestling the momentum back when we do lose it, and we have to accept we're going to suffer in periods of games, but it's how we go about to get them back on the ball.
There was a big shout for a penalty right at the end. What did you make of that one?
Yeah, watched it back. Obviously, the defenders clattered into Max, and whether he was getting onto the end of it, it was a difficult one where we feel like it should have been.
First half, you dominated really, didn't you? I mean, I know they scored early, but after that, you really were the better team.
Yeah. Like I say, first half, you can see what we're trying to achieve. And again, it's up to us. So there's an element of frustration getting the better of us, but also the detail when teams do step on that we haven't, quite yet got to grips with. But again, you can see the boys fought all the way to the end. That we call that kind of running out of time, not giving up. So many positives to take, and seen a few boys I haven't seen. So a lot of positives.
They were better in the second half. Do you think that was because of the double substitution they made, or probably got a little earful from the manager?
I like to think it was down to, of course, them stepping on. But for us, I think that when we have those periods, we want that. We want teams to come on, and we've got to navigate our way to play through that. If we can't play through it, we go round or over. So again, it's really good for us to learn. But I think that there's times where we cut through them with 2 or 3 passes, and that was evident. And I think that we just need to look at the patterns and how to do that on a consistent basis.
Certainly, the wing backs in that first half were really causing them problems.
Yeah. Well, the wing backs that was the overload of the 10s and the wing backs in the first half. We managed to find that space and really take advantage of that. Second half, not so much.
Tucker went off, and that meant you had to put Williams back into central defence. Did that disrupt it a little bit?
Well, yeah, MJ, he's an experienced guy. He slots in there absolutely fine. Brought Payne on, and he's played number 4 for us. Disappointing on Tuck. We'll have to get that assessed and see where he is. But I don't think it changed too much.
What was it? Was it his left ankle?
I think the lad landed on it, and we've got just a bit of soreness on his ligament, so we've just got to probably get that scanned and see where he is.
And Max Dean scoring again. He's 5 in 5 now, I think.
Yeah, he's infectious, and buzzing for him. The shift he puts in, he's there, he's frustrated, and the whole group are frustrated. And that's where we're at. But we've got a lot of work to get on at the training ground.
He gives so much energy, doesn't he? He's one of those players that just gives off enthusiasm.
100%, yeah. And like you say, when things do get a little bit messy in transition, lads like that, they're on the front foot, stack the odds in their favour to pick up second and third balls, and that's what we're looking at all over the pitch.
The third goal playing out through the goalkeeper. Williams was in trouble. He had 3 players around him. Is that up to the players to work out when to do it and when not to do it?
It's up to us to get them to understand that. Again, in the second half, there was numerous times where we played into traps, and I still want us to, the courage and the conviction that they did it with was fantastic, but it was why we're doing it. I think we lose sight on why we're trying to play that, and again we ask the keepers to play in those areas. Again, it's just the patterns and the detail. So for me, that's acceptable. That's on me, because there's detail, but we've got to find a way of making sure that when we are on the back foot and we're getting pinned in, we've got the understanding and in the outlets.
Still learning obviously from the team.
100%, yeah. Like I say, it's still early doors. The boys have been fantastic, and I'm sure they'll continue to be.
Lovely. Thanks, Mark.
You made awful lot of changes. What did you make to the guys who you've not necessarily seen an awful lot of so far?
Again, it's a similar nature of they're all just really trying to buy in and do everything that's asked for them. It's going to take time to get them to understand why we're playing. So ideally you're getting all this in pre-season, and you're tinkering and you're making that clear. But we're doing it in the game and under the cameras and in difficult situations. But it's fantastic because that's where the harshest lessons are learned, and we'll take it and learn on. But really pleased with what we've seen, and it gives me question marks for next week.
two guys in the same substitution at either ends of their careers. When you saw kind of Trick come on at 17 and Louis coming on, shows the spectrum that you've got. But how pleasing is it for you to see Dean Lewington back?
Yeah, what a guy. And yeah, like I say, for me, when I see the quality he's got and he still possesses the service to the club, it's been unbelievable. And there, he's still in there after the game, really frustrated, like really annoyed about the goals we give away, and that just shows you the passion he's got. And Trippy, again, he's young, he's got a lot of ability, and he can play in many different positions, so really promising.
On Louis, you could hear the supporters calling for him when Jack was injured, of course. It shows how important he is to the supporters as well.
Yeah. Well, the comment I had from the physios was anybody else that had that minimal amount of training would be a no. But Louis, and he'll find a way. So again, we're obviously eager to get him exposed, but didn't want to take too many risks. And when Tucked went down, it was just too much for him to come in so soon.
When we spoke in the week, it was like one training session that you've had under your belt. What's it been like having the rest of the week?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, like I say, it's going to take that time to layer it in and to really get the boys to understand, and there's many different areas to it as well. But like I say, it's just very enjoyable, and I think you can see in the first half especially, and then in glimpses in the second half, the structure is there and it's paying off.
And just finally, a word for I suppose captain for the majority of the game, Alex Gilby, in the goals again, and could have had a couple in the first half as well.
Yeah, he's his engine. He's been fully wanting to learn as much as he can in watching his clips, and yeah, unbelievable, a fantastic leader, and also was echoed by the fans today. You could hear them, and even after the game, after the defeat, they were fantastic. So, like I say, there's a lot of positives to take in a disappointing result, because we did want to progress.
I suppose you want goals from all sorts of sources, don't you? You don't just want one guy leading the way, but the fact that you've got goals from midfield is obviously a positive. Yeah,
we've all got to chip in. Like I say, the ethos is we attack from the back and we defend from the front. Everyone's involved. The boys understand, everyone's got to be brave and want to take the ball, and then when we get into the final third, like you saw it was the other day, we've got the ability to hurt teams in all different areas.